Now everything's looking like it's supposed to. Isn't that wonderful?
We are recording and we're now streaming.
And so get the music started next.
You could go ahead and tiptoe through your life, digging in the dirt, you could stress on the strife, but I'm gonna fly past the worry and the pain today. I'm flying on faith, I'm flying on faith. You could cry all night about the things that you hate, so dissatisfied in so many ways, but I'm gonna find a way to celebrate today. You could hurry, full of worry, let the fear take you out. Imagining the worst overcome with doubt. There's no way to know, knowing is the only way today. Today, I'm flying on faith. I'm flying on faith. Picked up my baggage and I threw it out the door. Not looking back, because the past is such a bore. I'm gonna stand with the moon, with stars up in my face today. I'm flying on faith. I'm flying on faith.
Hey, I love Amy Steinberg's music and Flying on Faith. This seems like a perfect thing for today. We are all always flying on faith. I am Reverend Dr. Trish Hall, and I'm getting used to saying that. That was just officially conferred. I'd been notified and told and all that, but the ceremony was this last week, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Anyway, we are here to celebrate and expand into the vision for new Metro. That is the new CSL Metro, a Center for Spiritual Living that is dynamic. It is amazing. And our new vision statement, I want to kind of do it twice. And the first time through, I want you to close your eyes if you're willing, if that's comfortable, and just absolutely drink this in. And then I'm going to ask Jason to put up the slide so that we can all read it together and read it powerfully. Okay? So, for starters, relax, defocus, or actually close your eyes. The Center for Spiritual Living is a dynamic force, a powerful science mind presence in the heart of Washington, D.C. We attract, celebrate, and serve diverse populations embracing unique expressions of the divine from all walks of life, locally and internationally. Our vibrant community, both online and in person, is transforming the world by awakening it to oneness and peace. Our multifaceted science of mind present is a magnet for spiritual seekers. Can you feel that? Can you deeply, deeply take it in? And now, if Jason will please put up the slide for the, or of the vision, I would like us to read it together. Thank you, Jason. Now, we can do this as a cacophony, and I think that's just great. And if you would prefer to stay muted, I ask either case, say it out loud. And we're going to pace it a little bit so we can hopefully kind of stay together, but don't worry about that part. Okay? So together, the Center for Spiritual
Living
Metro.
is a dynamic force, a powerful mind
Science,
presence
mind presence
in the heart of the Washington, D.C. metro area. We attract, celebrate, and serve diverse populations, embracing unique expressions of the
divine
from
from
all
all walks of life,
locally and internationally.
Actually,
Our vibrant
vibrant community,
both online and in person, is transforming the world, awakening it to oneness and peace. Our multifaceted science of mind presence is a magnet for spiritual seekers. Now breathe in
yeah.
and relax into it. Feel it. We, that's us, Center for Spiritual Living Metro, are a dynamic force. That's us. So we're being called to really lean into that. So thank you for doing that with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We provide spiritual tools for personal and global transformation. That's part of how we're doing what we're doing. And so whoever you are, wherever you are on your spiritual path, welcome home. Welcome to new CSL Metro. At this time, I would like to introduce our practitioner of the morning, and that's Josh Van Tassel, all the way from the Philippines. And so you're on. Thank you.
Welcome, everybody. So we have some affirmations that I would like to jump into. Those should show up here on the screen. And if we can share those together. There is a power for good in the universe that is greater than I am, and I am using it now. I am using it to do my part to create a world that works for all. Together, we inspire individuals to awaken to their own divinity. We are here to make a huge
difference. Yeah.
And now I believe we have, to get us kind of centered in on things, a little bit of music, and then some prayer and a reading. Actually, 3 readings. Is there a slide with music, Jason? Or am I confused? God is within me.
You get us centered first.
Okay, sorry. So that's what I'm looking for. So let's get centered. Let's take some deep breaths. Let's release what is of the past, of the week, whatever turmoil might be or surrounding us, and just shake it off. Bring our attention to the here, to the now, knowing that we are in the perfect place at the perfect moment, hearing the perfect message. And I know that there is one source, one power, one God that is in all, through all, as all. I am one with it now, as each and every one of us is connected and one with source. And there is only source, only energy in the universe. I know that this message, that this day celebration is perfect and complete, that the perfect words will be shared with us that we need to hear to help and make our lives just a little bit better this day. I'm grateful for all that is, and know that, and release these words knowing that it is already done, and so it is. Amen.
Look at this.
Summer sounds like the laughter of a child. Great blue skies and evenings warm and mild. Yet so easy then to affirm my faith again, that all is heaven sent, that God is within me. Autumn comes, strips the trees and turns the earth to brown. There's the faintest fear inside me. Will the warmth come back around? But still I believe in time. The summer sun again will shine, 'cause all the world is divine, and God is within me.
Okay, thank you for that. And I know I got the sequence a little mixed up. Forgive me on that. I've got some readings I've selected for today that I'm going to share with you. And, the title of our lesson is Discomfort is the Least of Our Concerns. And I've got 3 readings that I've selected. So the first one is from Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. Dostoevsky said once, "There is only one thing I dread, not to be worthy of my sufferings." These words frequently come to my mind after I became acquainted with those martyrs whose behavior in camp, whose suffering and death bore witness to the fact that the last inner freedom cannot be lost. It can be said that they were worthy of their sufferings. The way they bore their sufferings was a genuine inner achievement. It is this spiritual freedom which cannot be taken away that makes life meaningful and purposeful. My second reading is Romans 5:3-5. Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope. And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured out into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us. And the last reading is The Guest House by Rumi. This translation is by Coleman Barks. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house, empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because as each has been sent as a guide from beyond. And now I guess we have some music, and then we'll turn it over to Reverend Jackie.
I opened the door and I let the light in. It was getting so dark in the place that I'm in. It's been a long time coming, but I'm ready to start again. Ready to start again. Here comes the dawn. Are you ready for a brand new day? Hey, 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 hey. 'Cause I'm ready for a brand new day. Hey, 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 hey. Yesterday, just let it go. Make a way for a new tomorrow. Are you ready for a brand new day? Hey, 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 hey. I was at the end of the road. I stopped to the dead end. The same old stories, got so tired of them. I'm gonna turn it around, yeah. I write a brand new page. Say goodbye to yesterday. Here comes the dawn. Are you ready for a brand new day? Hey, 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 hey. 'Cause I'm ready for a brand new day. Hey, 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 hey. Yesterday, just let it go. Make a way for a new tomorrow. Are you ready for a brand new day? Hey, 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 hey. 'Cause I'm ready for a brand new day. Hey, 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 hey. 'Cause I'm ready for a brand new day. Hey, 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 hey.
Josh, if you would do an introduction, please.
I thought I was okay, sure. So again, Reverend JackieLaBarre is giving our message today on discomfort is the least of our concerns. Please welcome her for our message.
Thank you, Josh. Oh man, I am so excited to be here today. It is just, there's like this talk boiling inside of me, just ready to come out. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dan, for all the beautiful music, and Josh for being the practitioner of the day and those incredible readings, and Reverend Dr. Trish, excuse me, for being our, like, the MC. I like to call that role the MC for this morning, and Jason for making sure that we're out there to the world. And so I want to welcome everyone. I want to welcome everyone who's hearing this as I'm speaking live right now, and everyone who looks at it afterwards, because today we are bringing to I don't want to say a close, and I'm not sure what the right word is, but we're wrapping up our talk on divine discomfort. And here we are at the end of February. And this month is just, there's just been so much going on. And this is a leap year, something that we have an extra day. We have an extra day to be in the energy of the divine and the energy of the universe, an extra day to just embrace discomfort. And we've been talking about this all month. Diane started us off with her own discomfort of talking about uncomfortability. And she talked to us about the red flags that discomfort that we feel can show us, and working with that. And then I came in the second week and talked about the fact that it's where our comfort zone ends, when we step outside of that comfort zone, where transformation really begins. And then Jason brought it together last week with a very powerful talk about how pain will push us until that vision pulls us, and gave us that incredible affirmation. And Jason, if this is not exactly what you said, this is what I got from it. And that is, my potential is greater than any problem. And I can lean into that
That's
potential.
good. Wow.
And I can lean into it, and I can do what needs to be done, because today what I know is that discomfort is the least of our concerns, because it is that discomfort that is going to move us forward so that we can do the work that we were here to do, that we are here to do. And that is, we have love work to do. Each and every one of us, loving ourselves and loving all of God's creation. Now, this is also Black History Month. And I would like to introduce you, if you have never heard of this gentleman before, I want to talk to you about someone who embraced discomfort, someone who has been changing the world a person at a time. Excuse me. But first, let me give you a quote from Ernest Holmes. He says, "We can overcome the troubles and difficulties that we have allowed to enter into our lives when we remember that love is that creating and sustaining presence within all. God loves, moves, gives, and exists in me. As I eliminate anger and resentment, the divine nature flows freely through me, and I will add to that as me. And then when I remember that is true of me and true of everyone I encounter, then I get an even greater feel for what this gentleman did. His name is Dr. Daryl Davis. He's a jazz musician who has played all with many greats. He's played with Chuck Berry and Jerry Lee Lewis, and he's played with B.B. King and many bands. And he is primarily jazz, but he plays country and rock and everything. He's an incredible musician. You can look him up on the internet. But that is his what he says is, music is his occupation, and race relations is his passion. A number of years ago, he became friends with a man named Roger Kelly here in Maryland. And Roger Kelly was the grand dragon of the KKK for all of the state of Maryland. And Daryl got in touch with him and asked to interview him, and had a 3-hour discussion with this man. It's an incredible story. And they became friends, and they broke bread together, and they visited each other's homes. And what Daryl did is, instead of coming from the hate that was being spewed towards him, instead of picking that up and throwing it back at Roger, he came from love, and he embraced the discomfort that he was feeling. This man had control of all of the KKK within the state of Maryland. And he sat there and embraced love. He embraced his discomfort, and they became friends. And he chose not to hate Kelly because Kelly hated him because of the color of his skin. And what he did is, he listened, and he created an environment. He created a container for Kelly to be heard. And so when it came time for Daryl to speak, Daryl was heard by Kelly. And instead of throwing accusations, he just stated facts. And he stayed in love, and he stayed in the discomfort. And he went into that open-mindedness, the resilience that it gets built within us when we embrace uncertainty and discomfort. And the two became friends. And there was a point in time where Roger Kelly stepped down as the grand dragon of the KKK in Maryland and turned his robe and hood over to Daryl, because he saw a different way to look at the world. He saw, he listened, he became, the cognitive dissonance that he was experiencing, that is that difference between the way he was behaving and the truth of who he is, became too great to continue. And it was Daryl who has done this now with over 200 other members of the Klan. And he travels the world, both as a musician and a speaker, and someone who will work with people about race relations, about healing those wounds. In an article that I found in a magazine I'd not heard of, but it was a Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes talks about the importance of keeping our mind in some state of good-natured flexibility, because it is flexibility and tolerance and positive and affirmative actions that keep us flexible, that keep us in love. And so what he says is, if a brick gets thrown at you, move out of the way. It will always miss you if you move out of the way. If you catch the brick, the purpose of catching that brick, the purpose of falling into what was being spewed at Daryl, was to throw that brick back and and then suddenly the air is full of bricks flying back and forth between people. But Daryl stayed in that state of good-natured flexibility. So the discomfort is the least of our concerns. The biggest part of what to do for us to get into cognitive flexibility, to be in alignment with who and what we are, is to not pick up the brick, to move out of the way, to know its truth. And when I read the an interview with this man, his whole thing was, he knew the truth of himself. It didn't matter what this person across from him said. He knew his truth, and he knew the truth of the people he represented. And he just stayed in that truth. He stayed in love, and the world shifted around him. As we embrace discomfort, as we embrace uncertainty and allow us to be in it, we come to the edge of our comfort zone. And I invite you today to step as far outside of that comfort zone as you can, so you don't even know how to get back to it. Because what happens is, when we embrace this, when we embrace uncertainty, when we stay in the love, when we find those strategies, those techniques, those ways of counteracting the negative voices that are within us, we go from cognitive dissonance to cognitive flexibility, and we become open-minded. Former President Barack Obama said, "Fear, uncertainty, and discomfort are your compass toward growth. If you run, you stand a chance of losing. But if you don't run, you've already lost." So when we stay in our comfort zone and not embrace the discomfort, not take that step of courage, we've already lost. And our cognitive dissonance, our behaviors not being in alignment with our truth, continues to grow. When we do this, when we embrace it, we also build something called resilience. And as an engineer, resilience is the capacity of a material to be able to withstand and recover from stress. We call it toughness. But there's also this ability to spring back into shape, which we call elasticity. So as we embrace the discomfort, as we come up with those strategies and coping mechanisms for us to walk through that, just as the Rumi poem that Josh read says, even if they come in and just sweep through your house and take out your furniture, embrace it. Embrace it. Embrace the discomfort. Brene Brown, in her book, The Gifts of Imperfection, talks about how our intuitive voice gets silenced by our need for certainty. And as we look at that intuitive voice, it gives us the ability to hold the space of the uncertainty. And it gives us the willingness to build trust in it, to build trust in the knowledge that we have, the insights that we receive, it including our instinct, our experience, the faith that we have, and our ability to reason. Our intuitive voice is silenced by our need to have certainty. So the discomfort is the least of our concerns. We have the love work to do. We are here. We are here at this moment in time on this plane of existence. If you are hearing my voice right now, you are a seeker. And what we are all seeking is that greater expression of the divinity that we are, of our authentic self. The core of our being is love. And we are here to express that more freely, more fully. As I was preparing for this talk, the whole idea of a gyroscope came to me. Gyroscopes are used in navigation systems because they are so stable. The core will always stay where it is pointed, and everything follows that. I don't know if in high school or maybe even elementary school, if you were ever exposed to the bicycle wheel that was on a hub with two handles, and you get the bicycle wheel spinning, and you sit in a chair that is a swivel chair, and you start turning it, and the whole chair starts turning wherever the center, wherever the core of that gyroscope goes. And that is what we have within us. We have within us this divine guidance system that when we can embrace the discomfort instead of running back into our comfort zone, that gyroscope of love, as we break away anything that is unlike it, that gyroscope of love will do for us what it did for Daryl Davis, what it continues to do today for Daryl Davis. We have the core within us. We are the gyroscope. We are the guidance system for our life. And as you can see with this example of Daryl Davis, when we use that guidance system for ourselves, it affects everyone around us. When we come from love, he could have even come from skepticism. He could have come from any of the negative aspects and just sat there and listened, but still being in that comfort zone of this is all BS. But instead, he kept himself open-minded. He became resilient. He allowed himself to be that container, that vessel of love, and allowed it to flow through him. and stayed in his truth of what he knew himself to be. And what he knew was true of all of humankind, no matter what color of their skin, but in particular, those of color. We can learn from that. We can learn resilience. We can learn open-mindedness. We can learn cognitive flexibility. And so the question I know that comes to my mind, if I look at all of what I've been saying, is, oh yeah, really great, Jackie. And how do I do that? Well, I'm going to be like many of the people that I looked into will tell you it's not going to be easy. It's not easy, but it is worth it. It is worth it to take the risk. It is worth it. And I strongly recommend to everyone who is listening to me to find someone you can trust, someone who can help you, that can guide you, that can help you learn different coping strategies or ways to counteract whatever may come in your mind. And I fully recommend, wholly recommend any of our practitioners, any of them, to work with you and help you, because we know the truth and we hold that truth for you, that you are the gyroscope, and the core of you, that core axis of rotation is love. It's nothing else. Love is all there is, and the rest we made up. The rest is stuff that's just been put on us. So some things that we can do, as I bring this to a close, some things that we can do is work with somebody else, is do our spiritual practice. Someone asked me yesterday, what's the difference between the affirmative prayers that we do in here at Center for Spiritual Living and meditation? And my response is, well, the spiritual mind treatment that we do, the affirmative prayers that we do, is what setting up that mental and sensual equivalent of what it is we desire, what it is we know is our truth, what it is going to bring us the greatest expression of joy. And meditation is when we listen. Meditation is when we go into the silence and hear that still small voice inside that can be so easily outshouted by everything that we've learned from the day we were born, of why we're unworthy, why it shouldn't happen for us. I can ask the question, what is mine to learn from this? Or what is mine to do? And when those negative thoughts come in, I can say, thank you very much. But the truth I know is, and state what I know is my truth. It's simple, but it's not necessarily easy. And so as I bring this talk to a close, there's a couple things I want to do. One is I want to reach out to all people of color, because in my life, I have learned so much about embracing discomfort, about being cognitively flexible, about being resilient, from the people that I know who are in discomfort many hours a day just because of who they are and what they look like. And I want to thank each and every person for being the way shower, if you will, for me, on embracing discomfort and knowing that we have work to do, that the love work is ours to do. And here's a story that, a short story. When the Chinese came in and invaded Tibet, and the Dalai Lama was, swiftly taken away on an arduous journey, into India to keep him alive. Many of the Tibetan monks were that stayed behind to keep the monasteries for as long as they could, were put into Chinese prisons, and one of them was Lopan Tenzin Rinpoche. He was in a Chinese hard labor prison for 18 years, where he and his fellow prisoners frequently, didn't have shoes, no matter how cold it was, no matter what the weather was like, no matter what work they were doing. They were always hungry. Throughout those 18 years, they were being tortured. And when he escaped, when he was able to get out of there, he was asked about that 18-year journey. And what he said was, during that time, he faced a real danger. The danger he faced was losing his compassion for his Chinese guards. Losing his compassion for his Chinese guards. And so now I'll leave you with this quote and then go into prayer. Marianne Williamson, in her book, A Year of Miracles, says, "How often it seems easier to resist the call of a greater becoming, remaining within the dark cocoon of a self that has settled for good enough. I choose not to remain at good today, but rather answer the call to greatness." And that is my call to action for you. You are greater, you are beyond your wildest dreams. We have this great power and presence that is ours. And we said it in our one of our affirmations. It is here for us to use. And so I choose to use it today. I choose to embrace discomfort. I choose to let that be the least of my concern. And to have that be that red flag that Diane talked about, that vision that pulls that Jason talked about, and step out of my comfort zone so far away that I don't know how to get back to it because it's no longer comfortable, because I'm in too much cognitive dissonance, excuse me. And so I invite you to join me in prayer. And I will say these words as my words and invite you to take them as yours. For what I know is there is only one. There is only one. And it's its many facets of unique and individualized expressions that are here right now in this moment. And so I recognize that one. I recognize it as love, as joy, as light, as beauty, as abundance. I recognize it as the power and presence that I invite you. I recognize it as the power and the presence that rings that bell, if you heard that, that says, I create, animate, and sustain all that is. That is the power and presence that I know is here right now, expressing itself as every person who hears my voice. I am a creation of that, made in that image and likeness. I am what I call the pinch of the doughboy. If you're familiar with the little Pillsbury Doughboy, I am a pinch of that. I am a pinch of that which creates, sustains, and animates everything in the universe. And I know that that is true of everyone who hears my voice today. And so I speak these words in the I am frame of mind, knowing that there is only one. And so I claim for myself, I claim right now, that discomfort is that pain that pushes. It is the red flag. It is the edge of the comfort zone in which I live. And I choose today and accept for myself and claim and declare that it is my work to be done, that is love, to step outside of that comfort zone And so I know that I am the courage. I not only have the courage, I am the courage to do that. For what I know is what is good for me is good for all. And so as I step out of that comfort zone and I turn that cognitive dissonance into cognitive flexibility, I see, experience, hear, and know that love is all that there is. And so I see with God's eyes, I hear with God's ears, I speak with God's voice, and I walk with God's feet, moving forward in my life, seeing love and beauty in all things. I know this truth to be true, and I am in deep gratitude and joy to speak it as word, for I know that once I have spoken it, it is done. And so I release this into the loving arms of the law that only responds yes. And I move myself out of the way, and I allow that yes to unfold in God's perfection. And so it is. Amen.
I've spent my life with a disease to please, saying yes when I really meant no. But now I've seen the light, and I feel the time is right. There's something I need you to know. My new yes when I say no, I'm saying yes to me. No is my new yes when I say no, I set myself free. I've been living my life, living to please, full of effort and struggle, and not enough ease. I've been such a good girl, but now I know when I'm untrue to me, I lose a piece of my soul. No is my new yes when I say no, I'm saying yes to me, yeah. No is my new yes when I say no, I set myself free. I thought to be liked, I had to be nice, doing what others wanted, but I was paying the price. 'Cause what good is my giving? How authentic, how true, when I cheat me just to please you. No is my new yes when I say no, I'm saying yes to me, yeah. No is my new yes when I say no, I set myself free. Just say no. It's all about freedom, having choices, trusting my heart to know that I can say yes or I can say no. And I'll say yes to what feels right, no to what feels wrong. Yes to what feels right, no to what feels wrong. Yes to what feels right, no to what feels wrong. And when I'm undecided, I'll just sing this little song. Come on! N-O is my new yes when I say no, I'm saying yes to me, yeah. N-O is my new yes when I say no, I set myself.
Well, thank you very much, Jackie, for that wonderful message. And is now the time in our service where we get to give back. And I know that our center is radiantly prosperous in every aspect and expression of spiritual community as love, growth, abundance, and overflowing good, enabling us to fulfill our mission, which is to gather insightful facilitators and eager students, fostering a community that embraces and shares the transformative power of our beloved philosophy. Together, we are creating a ripple effect of positive change, inspiring lives and connecting hearts across the globe. So I would like everyone to join in our prosperity blessing that is here on the screen. I know that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously share my supply with this spiritual center. And now we have several ways to give. We can use the Givelify. So if you navigate to our, this is what I do, navigate to the cslmetro.org website, click the donate button on the top right, and then scroll down to the bottom. You can choose Givelify, or you might have Givelify as an app on your phone. Please make sure to specify CSL Metro, by the way, when you do that, or because there are several CSLs that use this app. You can also choose PayPal on the website as well. Or if you're old school, you can send a check to the address on the screen, 7006 Ted Drive, Falls Church, Virginia, 22042. So now we're going to have some music and give people a chance to do that. And I'll come back and I'll bless the blessing, or bless the collection.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, so grateful, so grateful, so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, so grateful, I'm so grateful, so grateful, so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. I'm so very grateful, so blessed, so grateful. And every day I start my day by saying how I'm grateful, grateful. I'm so grateful every day.
And so now I bless this collection that we have taken up, knowing that it is being used to spread the word of oneness, the word of peace and joy, of strength, of energy, stepping into our power, into our divinity, and knowing that it is working across the globe, all the way to Africa, across the states, here in the Philippines, and that we are making a difference in the world. I'm grateful for this, grateful for everything that we've collected, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you for coordinating all the center of the service this morning and for your beautiful prayers. And speaking of prayers, I am sharing with everyone that we want to make sure that we are including Greg Coyle, one of our practitioners, in our prayer is for his healing. While he and his partner Lars were on vacation, his appendix burst. And so I'm not sure just what day he's going to be getting out of the hospital, but it's supposed to be soon. So with that added, we have some announcements. And that is a reminder that next Sunday is a First Sunday. And First Sundays we've been having in person at the Museum of Contemporary Arts. on Wilson Boulevard. That's what used to be called the Art Center, and we have been blessed with a relationship with them for years now. And I will be the speaker, and the title is It's a Brand New Baby Day. And I was thinking as the song was playing right before Reverend Jackie's message, that's a perfect one for a brand new baby day. Anyway, we will have live music because we are in person. So everybody who likes live music, our team is Dan and Pete as usual, and our singer will be a gal who's new to us named Jeanette. And she comes highly recommended. So I come check her out. Next, please. This one is, this is really important to get everybody's voice in the room, to get everyone's opinion. Next Saturday morning online, 9 a.m. to noon. The Zoom link is here, and it has also been sent out by email. And that is, we are having a congregational mini retreat. We're going to take everything that we gathered at the last in-person retreat combined with we have new possibilities. We have a possibility of moving to a school and being able to meet every week with good Wi-Fi. This is a big deal, with good Wi-Fi. So anyway, please mark your calendars right now, 9 a.m. next Saturday, the same Zoom link that you're on right now. Next, please. Affirmative prayer. When Reverend Jackie was speaking, she said, use practitioners. They have taken years of training, and they see and know a truth even when you forget it. And so they know your divinity even when you may not remember it. And they are there to support you in pushing through that discomfort to celebrating your magnificence. And so you can have an appointment during our social time. We can put you in a breakout room with one of the practitioners, or you can go online to CSL Metro, go to the practitioner page and make a private appointment with one. Next. Weekday meditation and Sunday meditation. Here are the times, and we have been doing the weekday meditation now for, I think it's 5 years. It might even be a little longer. Anyway, it's Monday through Friday, and somebody's there leading it. I'll be there leading for sure this week. Another announcement that I don't think is in the stack. You can leave it, Jason, you can leave it on social time. Today is doesn't matter where you leave it, actually. Today is our monthly leadership meeting, and all of our meetings are open to everyone. As a matter of fact, we would love to have others come and be with us, because we learn from one another and we learn with one another. So that will start at 11:30. So come to social time, and then you can hang around and learn about the operating side of things. And let's see, I think that's the only add-on. I'm looking at my other notes. If anyone knows of anything else, please speak up. Otherwise, let's have some closing music.
Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. I'll sing my little mantra, I'm gonna get it in my head. Today is a party, I'm gonna leap on out of bed. And I start my day in this way, knowing everything is okay. I look for the good in everything, makes me wanna say, oh, 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 something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. It's not out in the future, it's right before my eyes. The beauty, joy, and wonder, it's time I realize that every moment is a gift. All it takes is the slightest shift to see the good in everything. It'll make you wanna say, oh, 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 something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Yeah.
Yes, we do love Karen and Karen's music. And so for our closing affirmation, and remember to hang around for social time right after our affirmation. So you're welcome to unmute and make a joyous noise or stay muted and speak it out. It's up to you. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. I leave this
place now,
knowing something
doing
better
something
than I knew
than I
before.
knew before.
I go forth
Go
into
forth into the world
heart full of
with a
love,
heart full of love
mind
and a
full of
mind
good
full of
things.
goodness.
I look at the
I
world
look at the
in a
world
greater
in a
way,
greater way,
knowing that I
knowing that
have
I have within me
everything I need to create the life I
the life
desire.
I desire.
I give thanks for this understanding, and I am grateful for spirit of life
Life that lives
that
through
lives
me.
through me. And so it is.
So it is.
So thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone that's listening live on Facebook, everyone who is here with us today. So eager to have us all come together. And please, please plan to be with us on this same Zoom next Saturday morning, 9 to noon. All sorts of things need to be discussed, and decisions. Decisions. So loving you all, hang on there. And so thank you, Jason. If you will stop our recordings and streaming and all that, and we'll shift gears and become the social time.
Yeah.
Hey, I was hoping that Joshua was going to hang around.